Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Major.
Thank you, Madam President. I have item 12 to 14. We will still hold item 12,
Good afternoon, councilors.
right?
Chris Schaff, First Deputy Chief of Police. Item 13 is an agreement with Axon to provide us with 2 additional dash cameras. All our traffic cars have dash cameras on them. We got 2 new traffic vehicles, and we want to put the dash cameras on those vehicles.
So, Chief, let me ask you a question. When the dash cams come on when you make a stop or when you're going to stop somebody, does the cam just come on?
I'm sorry.
How does the dash cam work? Does it work automatically come on when you turn the lights on or something?
Don't know, but I can find out for you.
Okay.
I mean, knowing what I know about these products, you could probably set up to do it any different way. I'll find out what our policy is and which way when we turn them on.
Okay.
I think it's when the lights come on.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
He's got to find out. That's what I thought when the lights get turned on. the
I
dash
think so
cam.
too, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'll find out for sure. I'll let you know.
Hey, Chief, a little bit off the dash cams, and I know we're gonna have a meeting later this week, but are you, still getting a lot of, you guys are not reviewing the cameras yet? Because we're just, warning signs. You're not reviewing the cameras that are being, sent to people, fires them passing speed limit, the speed zone. You're not
Yes,
reviewing those yet?
we're reviewing
Oh,
those.
you're reviewing them now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
when did that start?
The September.
Oh, that's but it's still in the,
Warning
Warning
phase.
phase.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
but
2 days.
you're still reviewing them?
Yes, we did a press conference on that last week that starting with school, I think it was September 4th, right around there. I started doing the speed in zone and some of the red light cameras. So we are reviewing them, but as the counselor said, it's just a warning at this time,
Okay.
but we are reviewing them, yes.
And my last question on this one, was it the police department that has decided where to put some of these red light cameras?
No.
No? What department was it, do you know?
I don't.
DPW, right?
DPW?
DPW.
Or DPW.
DPW? Interesting. Okay.
Why, on what basis the DPW? So the police department didn't have anything to do with where those cameras were put up? Or
It's
did you
part of the
work with
Vision
them?
Zero program, and I hate to speak for other departments because I wasn't part of that conversation, but I know that we didn't do it.
Connor, here can probably answer it.
So Connor, on what basis did just DPW do it without involving the police?
They worked with the traffic engineers from the Fisher engineers who were hired by Genoptic to determine the best locations based on a variety of transportation factors, proximity to the schools, the right locations, traffic volumes, things of that nature.
Well, wouldn't you avail yourself of the experience in the police department regarding this, or?
I think police were part of sort of the final approval process, but not, this would have been probably just before, right around the time that I was transitioning into this role to determine when, to finalize those locations. So I believe police was part of the process, but maybe not necessarily on the ground saying, should it be here or here?
Yeah, I'm not to criticize particularly any, but some of the cameras where they're, where people are going to end up getting tickets are puzzling, like Fowler on Geddes Street, which doesn't have really a back entrance to it. Most of the kids enter the school from off of Wilbur.
And most of the kids come from the near west side crossing Fowler
Crossing the
is the
street,
concern
so
there.
that's but they're usually cross up the street, where it seems like that whole part of Geddes Street is sort of like school zone. And then the
There are
one
a lot
on
of schools
West
in that
Genesee
corridor.
Street where it's actually a street to the north.
Yeah,
or south.
we're looking at all those locations, making sure that they're in the proper place for the right and safety outcomes, and making sure that they're placed appropriately.
Yeah.
What about Carvin Street?
Yep.
So, Percy Hughes, it always be Percy Hughes to me.
Right, Syracuse
Sits
Latin.
up Janesville Ave.
Correct.
We have it on Carvin Street. Why is that?
So that's where the existing school district, school zone has been for a long time, and we're looking at making sure that that's the right location. So for that camera.
So how would you know if it's the right location? Because to me, there's no kids coming down that way, crossing that way. There's no houses that way. But
There are some houses across the
There's no
very, very
kids.
few. But
very, very, very
the-
few.
yep.
If anything, it should be up Janesville or in a crossing or maybe on State or something, more of that. But on Carvin Street, that's going to be a problem, especially where it sits when it's coming down in the winter months. That's going to be a major problem. So that's something that probably needs to be looked at before we start giving people tickets. Because just the incline, right, going up or even coming down, winter months are coming, and that's the way we're routing people to for traffic. So we need to look at that.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Say, Connor, as well, you know, when you go through, go up Glenwood, going toward Roberts, right? The sign is so far down. By the time you reach the school, you got a couple of streets. I don't know, was that a
That's
reason
another
why?
location that we're also looking at as well. There's some interpretation about between Roberts and Corcoran being right next to each other and the appropriate length of the school zone, and we're making sure that all of that is compliant as well. But
Yeah.
that's another location that we are
Okay.
confirming.
Okay.
I just would
also-
urge, oh, go on, Counselor.
I also wanted to kind of recommend, because I don't be looking off to the side, that are we able to put some lines in the street, like an arrow or something with a 20 mile per hour, like some type of notification on the street itself?
That's a good suggestion. I haven't thought of that. I can check with our transportation folks to see
Because
what would
I
be
barely see
compliant
those
there.
signs off to the side. So that would be
Like
helpful.
on a road, that would be nice.
Also, Connor, you know, one of the issue that I've seen is these cameras are so far into trees.
Oh, yeah, I did see
You know,
something like
you know
some
what I mean?
branches hanging over.
Like you could even barely see them, or even some of these signs as well. So I don't know if there could be a way to maybe prune some of this vegetation off them or off signs.
Yeah,
Or
I
was
think
it-
we're
was
trying
it-
to. No, certainly not intentional. Every site has a site by site context. We're trying to find the right balance between property owners who are saying, please don't put this camera that's in the right of way in such a visible location, and then making sure that motorists have the appropriate signage that is compliant with all of the traffic regulations and things like that. So it's a balance. It still very much will be an ongoing effort to evolve the program, make sure that all of the locations, all of the signage, all of the warnings are working as they should be.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a committee meeting, discuss this one. Just because, I mean, we know this is very important. Like, don't get us wrong, we all want to support this and we want it right, but we want to make sure that it makes sense and it's in the right neighborhoods and that we're looking at all the safety issues. And Meadowbrook, why is it on Genesee and not Meadowbrook?
That's another location that's currently being confirmed to say is that there or there. So you've all identified. There are cameras all throughout the city, right? There are dozens of locations, and making sure that as we move into the warning period, that those, or excuse me, away from the warning period into fines being issued at the beginning of November, that everything makes sense there. So, and that's really intentional as well, right? You get the program up and running, you see how behavior changes, you see how traffic calms or adjusts relative to those additional signage, additional cameras, et cetera, and then you adjust as needed. So all of these questions are the right questions to be asking right now, and I just want to confirm and encourage you all to keep asking those questions because between DPW, between engineering, between the engineers, all of these issues are very actively being discussed right now.
Well,
But
I would just
what's
urge you
the
to,
fine date?
I would just urge you to please,
So we can have a.
have
meeting before the
SBD
meeting
look at
prior.
all these
Absolutely.
areas, too.
The 60-day warning period will end on November 2nd.
November.
We're gonna
Gotcha,
put a
so we
hold
need to
on
have
it.
something before then.
No, we're
Connor,
going
you
to put a hold
mentioned a
on
lot
it.
of conversations. It's actively being discussed. These people, these people, these people, these people, these people, none of which are sitting at the table right here. And I just request before we get our final locations that you have a conversation with each of the district councilors about the sites within their district. We are on the ground talking with folks every day. And
And I think that, Counselor, it's a very good point. We really want to encourage this dialogue and keep speaking with you about these locations. There are locations throughout the city. We're limited by the number of locations that we can place, right? And within each school zone, there are likely multiple candidates for where cameras can go, right? And there's, we would like to probably have more cameras down the road. We're limited by New York State and the number of cameras that we can place. And so trying to find the balance of, does it go on this street, this location, this location? There's no one perfect location, and there are far more need than we're allowed to place. So it's
And
never
I'm
going to
I'm
be
not arguing or
perfect. It's
debating
always
that.
going to be a
I'm
movement
requesting that you
process.
speak with the folks at the table here before,
Yeah,
I didn't
and
know
we're
where.
discussing right now, Counselor.
No,
this is
I
too
would,
long. It's
no,
too
I
long.
would say this before and I started it, so I apologize, but I'm gonna say this, Counselor. I would put a hold on any fine in November until there's a comprehensive study on the side streets. Is it going on both sides, and make sure that people are knowledgeable. We want people to be safety, but we also don't want to slap them in the face because they weren't recognized. There's people in this community that don't know that there might be a school or that. So we don't want to penalize them because of something we didn't do. So we want to make sure it's done right and then move forward before we start finding people. We learned that at trash cans, and I'm not willing to go try that again.
So,
I don't want to insert myself, so maybe, so you guys had mentioned that you were going to have a committee meeting, so maybe y'all can probably
Heads up.
table the conversation.
This will be
and-
gathered.
and chat.
Heads up, yeah.
Gathers?
Yes.
Okay, we'll, back to the program. Let's go back.
all right, thank you very much, everyone.
Back to the program. Item 14, Chief.
Mike Lehman, if we're done with 13, I'm going to step aside.
We said you were gonna check into it first, remember? We're gonna find out if we approved this already.
Good afternoon, Councilors. Michael Lehman, Deputy Commissioner in Assessment.
yes.
Item 14 is just an authorization to spend the money that was bonded for this project for the vendor SOE. This is for the furniture, fixtures, and equipment for police and fire at 1153 West Fayette Street.
So earlier on, I think about a month or two ago, we approved the purchase. So this is separate. This is actually the spending now.
That's my understanding, yes. I was asked to provide an additional letter
Yeah.
to spend the money to pay the vendor we chose after the RFP process.
Okay.
Right, he pretty much answered, sorry, saying he. Sorry about that. But yeah, the RFP was requested by the council. And so it went out, and being that that was request, they had to come back for the authorization.
Okay, so that's clear. Thank you. Because
Thank you, Counselor.
we had 2 million, and last time we had authorized the last of it, and this one came back, and I'm like, where they
Yeah,
got
it's just
another million?
authorization, like.
Yeah,
like-
okay.
Yes, and after we choose the vendor for the second RFP, we'll come back for a very similar request.
Okay, that works.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? All right, thank you, Mike. That will do it for me, Madam President.
And who is taking Councilor Gethers?
I'll take it. You want to take it, Montel?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, President Hudson. Councilor Yothers has 15, 16, and 17. We're going to continue to hold 15 and 16. And who's here for 17?
Oops, no, no,
There'll be a committee meeting on 15 and 16.
We're going to hold 16.
I'll come up and speak for 17. Pat Shell for the DPW garage. We're seeking to amend the ordinance from $25,000 to $125,000 for repairs and parts for Cummins engines.
Any questions on that one? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Hudson.
Thank you. Councilor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have items 18 and 19. 18, I know everybody's looking forward to the rezone meeting tomorrow, and then hold that until the results of that meeting. 19, I will hold, and should I keep on going, Counselor, or President Hudson? And I will hold 19 through 24 for a committee meeting. It's all regards Syracuse Developmental Center and the latest iteration of that financing deal that we're having for that.
All set?
Yes.
All righty. Councilor Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. We are going to hold 25. I'm assuming we'll probably hold 26 to have it be part of the larger conversation up above. Commissioner, unless you have different, no? Okay. And moving on to 27.
Meeting.
Hello again, Councilors. Michael Lehman, Deputy Commissioner with Assessment. Item 27, we are requesting to hire an appraiser to value the property at 200-232 Park Avenue. This is the school district maintenance facility. We had an RFP out for its disposition and redevelopment, and prior to the RFP committee convening to select one of the respondents for further discussion, we would like to have an appraisal of the property to be part of that information to be discussed.
Is there a plan for this?
Excuse me?
Is there a plan?
A plan?
Yeah.
Well, respondents did propose ideas, thoughts for what that building could be used for instead of its current maintenance facility purpose. That'll be part of the discussion.
I think a little bit is discussed in the letter, right, Michael?
Excuse me?
A little bit of that, of the plan is discussed in the letter, right? I think you did. 27.
And the school district is okay with,
Yes, they've been involved with the process.
It's an ancient building.
yeah. I know a
Smith
lot.
Tech it used to be.
Yeah, it's a little bit discussed in the letter. If you want to read it, it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I also have item 28. This is the Department of Assessment requesting an appraiser for property at 636, 638 Midland Avenue. This is a privately owned property, which is part of a block at the corner of MLK and Midland. It's the only parcel that the city doesn't own. The owner of the property reached out to us asking if the city would be interested in acquiring it. I've had discussions with finance and parks, several other departments, and also mentioned it to the mayor's office. And so far, everyone's on board with acquiring this property for a cohesion on the block, make it easier for parks to mow. There's already a contract for the other parcels there. So we'd like to appraise the property to determine its value from a third party. Okay, thank you.
And Commissioner OJ? We just had two items related to appraisals. The Finance Committee, I believe, delivered a letter to your office today requesting the appraisal of the properties at 800, 802 Wilbur. Just want to confirm receipt.
Yeah, there was a letter hand-delivered. Hi, Matt OJ, Commissioner of Assessment. There was a letter hand-delivered to my office this morning, I guess formally requesting that my office solicit and engage an appraiser to get a valuation of our two city-owned parcels at the former SDC site. So we, I did mention this informally to Councilor Hogan prior to. I don't think it's inappropriate to say now, if we are to expedite a request for bids by, say, close of business on Columbus Day, we could entertain getting a waiver item on Tuesday to commission an appraisal. Don't want to put you on the spot. Just spitballing here because this is a 4 years running priority with an intended financial closing in December that we really don't want to let languish.
And what's the turnaround on the appraisal? If we, have legislation in place?
When I was here about 2 months ago requesting a Johnson Center appraisal, I believe that was a 2-month turnaround from the firm we ultimately selected. So I don't think it's unreasonable for simply raw land, albeit large and hilly pair of parcels, to expect 2 weeks. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
If anybody's listening out there, I'm afraid I just put myself into a rotten negotiating position.
You're talking a waiver item from next agenda, right?
No, I'm sorry, for a vote on the 14th, if possible.
I don't see how.
Too late?
Yes, yeah. I don't see how you can.
Well, I guess then my answer would be ASAP.
If you, what's the day? Wednesday.
How soon would we need a draft ordinance laid on the councilors' desks, I guess?
We need it really before Friday.
Oof. Michael is happy to solicit bids this afternoon with a 48-hour turnaround. I don't know how many firms are going to jump on that, but we will do so.
Yeah, we need it definitely before Friday.
As Monday's not a business day, of course. Sure. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yep, please keep us updated.
Yes, will do.
Thank you. And item 29, I'm not sure. Oh, that's us?
That's us.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm sorry.
I was looking at you.
The stenographer, as you all know, occasionally we use stenographers, and this is just for that.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilor Jones-Rouser.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 30 through 57. Item 30, Jake Dishaw.
Good afternoon, Council. Jake Dishaw, Deputy Commissioner of Code Enforcement and Zoning Administration. Item number 30 is seeking permission to amend our local code enforcement law, which allows us to administer and enforce New York State rules and laws at the local level. For any of you that aren't aware or don't know, New York State has adopted a new version of the uniform code. So there's a transition period now through the end of the year, and into the new year in 2026, we'll be on a 2025 code book through New York State. So all the codes are being updated from 2020 uniform code to the 2025. With that, we have to make updates to our local law to kind of match those changes. So it's just updating our local law to include things like minimum standards for construction documents received by electronic media, certain requirements for construction documentation. It covers remote inspections, a list of items that we're working with the law department on, just to make sure that our local law is in compliance with what New York State says we should be doing.
Okay, so we'll probably hold this one for a committee meeting.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
going to quickly ask, I'm not sure if it's you or Joe, if state law supersedes local law, why do we have to change our local law to match the state law?
Code enforcement, statewide, how code enforcement is administered is it all goes through local law. So they tell the cities, the towns, the villages, like these are the minimum standards through Title 19, New York Code, Rule, and Regulation. You have to adopt these at the local level to enforce them in your local municipality. That's how every jurisdiction does it, statewide.
Joe's given the...
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, is any of the amendments gonna be from us and not the state? Are all the amendments gonna
No,
be?
so
This particular item, is all of them required by state?
Yeah.
Everything that you're putting on?
Nothing is more restrictive. This is all what the state is saying we have to be doing and just aligning with what's in their laws and minimum requirements.
So,
Meeting.
yeah.
We have to hold it
We'll
anyway
We'll
because it's a
hold it,
local
yeah.
law,
Yeah,
but
because it has to be introduced.
yeah, so we
Okay.
can have a meeting or
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Okay,
Okay, thanks.
thank you. Right. So 31 through 57 is MBD, and Kaylin is here today, not Kimon. Hi, Kaylin. We did go through all of these on Monday. We were able to sit down and discuss them all, and probably 3 of them may be owned lots, and majority of them are city owned. So they're gonna, the ones with the owners, they're gonna do some more.
Yeah. Hi, Kaylin Hubbard, Neighborhood Planner, MBD. Items 31 through 37, request to transfer to the Greater Syracuse Land Bank. We're withdrawing 39 and 40 for that reason. Just more coordination with neighbors. I think, Councilor Jones-Rouser, you said that you had some contacts there, so.
Oh, I thought it was withdrawn already. I thought it was one more. It's one more. Cannon. Did Cannon get withdrawn?
She emailed us and
Oh.
said, Brian looking it up right now, she emailed. us.
Simone Jordan, Director of Housing and Neighborhood
Yeah.
Planning.
Oh, yeah,
Item
38.
38.
38,
For
yes.
31 Canton.
Oh, 38.
So 30,
Yeah.
so 38.
So withdrawing that one as well?
3, right?
Huh?
Withdrawing that one as well?
Just the 3.
Yeah, 38, 39, and 40.
Okay.
Can you explain to me,
It's Kaylin.
Kaylin.
Caitlin with no T.
Kaylin,
Yeah.
right? I was want to say right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me a little bit more? So when it says owner and address, where is the city of Syracuse's owner and city hall? Those are the city resident. Those are.
So, yeah, the most recent additions, so these are all the holds from last week, and then all of the recent additions are all city-owned properties. So the address would be listed as City Hall or with that city's address or
And why
address
are
on
we
it.
transition? Why are we, if they're city-owned properties, Patron, do we know why we're just transition them to
For
the
So
larger,
this
for
is-
larger development.
Yeah, this is for creating larger sites for infill development with the land bank. requests from the land bank's office to just complete site assembly at those locations.
Like land bank might already own 1 or 2 lots adjacent to these, and then they need that final lot to have a larger development plan for whoever.
And it also takes off our maintenance
Yeah.
obligations.
Yes.
It goes to the land.
Yeah, it gets them back on the tax rolls as well.
Well, I would love to know more about that and know about what is gonna be, built. If the city's gonna give up land to land bank, then we should know what's gonna be being built there, so, and what's the idea if we're gonna give it away, so.
These are usually at the request of the city, correct, Caitlin?
No, it's from Caitlin requested.
Yeah,
so-
from Caitlin.
Yeah, so I would like to know what's going on there.
I mean, the request, Jim, that comes from the city to the land bank regarding the allocation of properties to have development.
I hear you, and I understand all that, but I still wanna know what's going on. And the community should know what's going on.
Kimon Jordan, Housing and Neighborhood Planning. So just to add, a lot of these lots are about 40 or 50 feet by 100 feet, so they're of no value to the city. They're currently on our mowing contract, as Councilor Hogan mentioned. By selling them, or by giving them or transferring them to the land bank, that creates new housing infill development sites. So if you would like a map that kind of shows how the land is distributed, that's something we can definitely share, but
I think that, my point behind this is I think that it's okay that we're doing it, but I also believe that the community should know if we're gonna give the land bank land to develop, then what's gonna be developed in the land that we're giving. Like they should know, right, that we're giving the land to them, right, to develop something. So I think it would be nice that we share that information out too, as well. Maybe get them back here to say, these are why we're taking these parcels, because we have an idea to build. I just think they should know about it.
sure, yep, we can create a map for you.
That's it.
All right. Any other questions? Okay. All right.
So all done? Yep. All righty, Councilor Monto.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have 58 and 59. Who's here for 58? Hi, Mary.
Good afternoon, Mary Robinson, City Engineer. This is a local law to grant National Grid an easement to install, operate, and maintain an underground power line and pad mount transformer for a new parking lot up at the airport by Air Cargo Way. Air Cargo Road, sorry.
Any questions? Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
I just want to bring to your attention that the local law was placed on your all desk, so it's eligible for vote Monday.
And 59 is a resolution that I placed on the agenda. I will hold that for a committee meeting. The administration will come with a presentation for us with a plan for Division Zero action.
There needs to be a plan.
So you holding that,
I'm
Councilor?
holding that.
All righty, and with that, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? No, meeting adjourned.
And I'm not against it, I'm just saying somebody else will.